Welcome to worship with Eliot Unitarian Chapel. Wherever you are tuning in from, near or far, we are glad you're here. I'm the Reverend Barbara Gadon, and I'm the lead minister at Eliot. And I hope that this is a service that nurtures your spirit. If you're new to Eliot Chapel, we are an intentional community that welcomes all races, genders, and all sexual orientations. We welcome people of all creeds and beliefs, all economic circumstances, and all types of families. Our vision is to create a just world through vibrant, beloved community. If you would like to connect with us and learn more about our congregation, please look for information at the end of the service. Welcome to Eliot. Welcome home.
In this house made of light, the morning sun does shine. From the east it brings us hope, the promise of springtime. Blow in the morning sky. In this house made of light, noonday sun does shine, like the wonder in a child's bright eyes and the warmth of summertime. High in the southern sky, there is only one circle in this life, spins through everything we do. It never ends or begins, you see, it connects you to me, to everything we see. In this house made of light, the twilight sky's aglow, like a fire in the western sky. Autumn leaves below, in winds of change that blow. There is only one circle in this life, spins through everything we do. Never ends or begins, you see, it connects you to me. Everything we see. In this house made of light, the dark of night sets in. Winter tells us where we've been in the songs of the north wind, where ancient dreams begin. There is only one spirit in this life, it spins through everything we do. Never ends or begins, you see, it connects you to me, to everything we see. Hey, ashi, hey, ashi, hey, oh, hey, ashi, hey, oh, hey, ah. Never ends or begins, you see, it connects you to me. and to everything we see.
In the Unitarian Universalist tradition, we light our chalice to symbolize that we are entering sacred space and preparing our hearts and our minds to give and receive the blessing of beloved community. We light this chalice for the renewal of faith, the wonder of hope, the beauty of love, and the gift of joy. This is indeed a beautiful day in this festival season that has been given to us. Let us then rejoice in it and be glad. Let us count our many, many blessings. Let us be grateful for the incredible gift of life, and especially grateful for the ties of love which bind us together, giving dignity, meaning, worth, and joy to all our lives.
The time is near of the dawning of the year. Make your house fair as you are able. Trim the hearth and set the table. People look east and sing today. Love, the guest is on the way. Furrows, be glad, the earth is bare. One more seed is planted there. Give up your strength, the seed to nourish, that in course the flower may flourish. People look east and sing today. Love, the rose is on the way. Stars keep the watch when night is dim. One more light the bowl shall brim, shining beyond the frosty weather, bright as sun and moon together. People look east and sing today. Love, the star is on the way.
I would invite you now to join with me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Make sure that you are seated comfortably. If you are able to be seated, that your feet are planted firmly on the floor, that your hands are in a comfortable position so that we can center together for this time. I invite you to join with me in the spirit of prayer and meditation with the Winter Solstice Prayer by Edward Hayes. The dark shadow of space leans over us. We are mindful that the darkness of greed, exploitation, and hatred also lengthens its shadow over our small planet Earth, as our ancestors feared death and evil and all the dark powers of winter. We fear that the darkness of war, discrimination, and selfishness may doom us and our planet to an eternal winter. May we find hope in the lights we have kindled in this sacred time, hope in one another and in all who form the webwork of peace and justice that spans the world. In the heart of every person on this earth burns the luminous goodness. In no heart is there total darkness. May we who have celebrated this winter solstice by our lives and service and by our prayers and love call forth from one another the light and the love that is hidden in every heart. Let us enter into a moment of silence for the prayers and meditations of our deepest hearts. Amen, and blessed be.
Every month, Eliot shares our weekly offering with our community partners who help us live our mission in the world. Giving is especially important during the pandemic, as many organizations continue to serve those hardest hit by the pandemic itself. This month, we share our offering with Room at the Inn, for whom we have long served as hosts. Room at the Inn continues to provide emergency shelter for the homeless during these frightening times. Many of their guests in the last spring found housing, and they have opened to new families. They are at full capacity, And they are scrupulously careful and have had no COVID-19 outbreaks at the shelter. I'm so proud that we continue to be a part of their work, providing guests not only with shelter, but a path to self-sufficiency. Please give generously. You will see instructions on your screen.
I see the light, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the light, and it's burning bright. I see the light, it's the light at the end that I run to, and the light, darling, is you. In the lonely heart of darkness, I have stumbled, and I have strayed, always searching, but never finding a ray of sunlight to guide my way. I see the light, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the light, and it's burning bright. I see the light, it's the light at the end that I run to, and the light, it's, darling, it's you. I have traveled down this highway of hope abandoned and broken dreams. An unbeliever, my faith was shaken by all the sorrow that I had seen. But I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the light, and it's burning bright. I see the light, it's the light at the end that I run to, and the light, darling, it's you. And the light, darling, it's you.
Unitarian Universalism is a pluralist faith tradition. And what that means is that many strands of different faiths have come together into Unitarian Universalism in a very syncretic way and created something that is uniquely Unitarian Universalist. Our roots, our foundation, is in liberal Christianity. Both Unitarianism and Universalism in the United States emerged among liberal Christians who were wanting reform. And as our faith has evolved, humanism joined into Unitarianism and Universalism in the late 19th century, such that by the 1950s and 60s, humanism was dominant. It was the dominant expression of Unitarian Universalism. But in the 1960s, there was also a lot of social foment. There was a lot going on. We saw second wave feminism, the civil rights movement, the environmental movement, anti-Vietnam, the peace movement, and all of this deeply, deeply shaped Unitarian Universalists, especially Unitarian Universalist women, who were looking for ways to bring their experience into their faith. Paganism was understood by many, especially second-wave feminists, who were especially arising out of middle-class women, and our churches were often filled with middle-class white women. That's part of our tradition, part of our history, that we just have to acknowledge and say that's really where we have come from. But these women were looking for ways to affirm their femininity and the cycles of the seasons in their faith practices. And they found an answer in paganism, the paganism of pre-Christian European tribal faith traditions that were matrilineal. And that is how paganism, at least our understanding of it in the 20th and 21st century, was brought into Unitarian Universalism, and why we celebrate many of the pagan festivals, and we definitely celebrate the winter solstice. And that's what we're doing today. in a little play where we are imagining that the four directions come together to wait for the return of the sun. In paganism, you always call in the four directions when you begin a ritual. That's how you cast the circle. You invite in the spirit of the east, which is air, the spirit of the south, which is fire, the spirit of the west, which is water, and the spirit of the north, which is earth. And once you've called in your four directions, you've cast your circle, and then you have the rest of your ritual. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to call in the four directions, and we're going to see what they have to say about the turning of the year. And we're going to do this in a really fun way. We are going to do our first ever Eliot Zoom dance in worship. So I am actually going to invite you to rise in body or spirit. We haven't done that in a long time because we've been having our worship services online since March. But I'm going to invite you to rise in body or spirit, just like I'm going to, like this. And we're going to sing. We're going to call in the four directions. And let me teach you the moves and the lines first, okay? So in each section when we're calling in the four directions, first is going to be a verbal invocation. And this is the move for the verbal invocation. It's very simple. It's this, and this, and this. And then when we're calling in each direction, this is how it's going to sound. Spirit of the air, carry me. Spirit of the air, carry me home. Then when we call on the water, we're going to be doing this. Spirit of the water, carry me. Spirit of the water, carry me home. Then we're going to call on the earth. It's going to be like we're shoveling dirt, okay? Spirit of the earth, carry me. Spirit of the earth, carry me home. And then with the fire, we are actually the flame. Spirit of the fire, carry me. Spirit of the fire, carry me home. All right, that's all the moves. Don't worry, it's super simple. So please rise in body or spirit for our next song. Spirit of the east, spirit of air, of morning and springtime and times of beginning and times of planting. Inspire us with a fresh breath of courage as we go forth into new adventures. Spirit of the air, carry me. Spirit of the air, carry me home. Spirit of the air, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the air, carry me. Spirit of the air, carry me home. Spirit of the air, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the air, come on down. Spirit of the west, spirit of water, of evening and autumn, be with us as the sun sets and help us to enjoy a rich harvest. Flow through us with a cooling, healing quietness and bring us peace. Spirit of the water, carry me. Spirit of the water, carry me home. Spirit of the water, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the water, carry me. Spirit of the water, carry me home. Spirit of the water, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the water, come on down. Spirit of the north, spirit of earth, of nighttime and winter, be with us in the darkness, in the time of gestation. Ground us in the wisdom of the changing seasons as we celebrate the spiraling journey of our lives. Spirit of the earth, carry me. Spirit of the earth, carry me home. Spirit of the earth, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the earth, carry me. Spirit of the earth, carry me home. Spirit of the earth, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the earth, come on down. Spirit of the south, spirit of fire, of noontime and summer, be with us through the heat of the day and help us to be ever growing, warm us with strength and energy for the work that awaits us. Spirit of the fire, carry me. Spirit of the fire, carry me home. Spirit of the fire, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the fire, carry me. Spirit of the fire, carry me home. Spirit of the fire, carry me home to myself. All right, fire, come on down. Fire, come on down. Where on earth is she? Fire! Fire! Oh, for earth, air, fire, and water's sake.
I can't believe she didn't show. We've been waiting all year for our winter solstice, waiting for the sun party, and fire doesn't show? What are we? Disposable?
Maybe she's really busy. The Jews just finished their celebration of the survival of their people. So there's all those Hanukkah candles to light. And the Christians are starting their final week of their Advent season. So there's Advent calendars. And the patrons of the northern hemisphere are building building big bonfires to wait out the night. Our friend is in high demand.
And it's also true that winter solstice is the longest night of the year, only in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, it's the longest day of the year. The fiery light of the sun is in big demand down there.
Right. Let's not be northern sphere centric. I'll try to settle down. What should we do?
Well, at the least I'm very happy to see all you. Why don't we settle in and wait for the sun together like we planned?
I'd like that. We've worked very hard this year.
I agree. Oh, it'll be nice to sit down, relax, and catch up.
I'm looking forward to our night together. If there's anyone I would want to wait with in the dark of the winter, it would be you.
Dark of winter, soft and still, your quiet calm surrounds me. Let my thoughts go where they will, ease my mind profoundly, and then my soul will sing a song, a blessed song of love eternal. Darkness soothe my weary eyes, that I may see more clearly. When my heart with sorrow cries, comfort and caress me, and then my soul may hear a voice, a still small voice of love eternal. Darkness, when my fears arise, let your peace flow through me.
I would like to propose that we spend this night reflecting on our year and sharing our joys and sorrows.
That sounds wonderful. I have so much that I need to share.
Well, it's been a really hard year.
May I start?
Please do.
I've been around forever. I show up when a high pressure zone meets a low pressure zone, always in motion. For the last several millennia, there have been a predictability to my year. I know where I'm supposed to be in every season and at every time of the day. These patterns are very comforting for me. I know who I am. I also love when I'm put to work, filling the sails of a boat, drying laundry on a wash line. Did you know that wind turbines are being built all over the earth? It is a joy for me to power these turbines and have my power harnessed to save the earth.
Hey, I appreciate that.
But there have been times I don't like how my power is used. Water, I don't know what's happening, but there isn't enough of you in many places because it's so dry. Deserts are growing and fires are starting more often. I wish Fire was here so I could ask her what she's thinking. As you know, I build in intensity as I sweep across the oceans, and I land as a Santa Ana winds on the Pacific coast of North America. This fall, I swept onto the coast, and the fire grew so fast because I was so strong. I was terrified of what I was doing. I'm getting more unpredictable as the earth is warming. These fires are going to happen more often, and I'm part of that. I've grown angry. I'm looking for hope that enough human beings will get it together and stop the harmful things they're doing, that they're warming the earth. I get so mad. Like, what's their problem? They're being so selfish and short-sighted. I'm trying to get to remember whatever the humans do or don't do, I will continue to exist. I look down at the humans who are doing the right thing. Individuals smalling up their carbon footprint, governments changing policies, water protectors who keep showing up even when the cameras go away, kids on climate strike. I have to believe that global warming can be slowed down. I want to get back to where I open my arms and gather my power and trust that I will be part of supporting life. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Air, for everything. Whew, that was a lot to share. It might be good for us to just breathe. Let's all join together in a breathing exercise. We'll do 3 long breaths. Ready? Breathe in and out. In, out. In, out. Very good, guys.
Comfort me, oh my soul.
No, I'm pretty easygoing. I follow the path of gravity, the path of the least resistance. If there's a rock around the way, I go around it. If I soak into the ground as rain and settle over it as snow, I am absorbed in the air. When I freeze in the sheet of ice on the lake, it's like a mirror to heaven. What about this year is that there are places that have been very dry, and this year it rained. The smell of water hitting the dry soil, there's nothing like it. And humans are learning how to harness the power of waves and tides without building dams. So just like you, Air, I feel like my power is being used to protect you, Earth.
Well, thank you. Hey, I appreciate that, guys.
Right? And then there's storms. We pulled off some doozies this year. Air, storms, that did a lot of good.
That's good for me to remember.
The problem is, they don't stop. Usually there's like a hurricane here, and then a tropical storm to the west, and a couple of thunderstorms in the Midwest. But that didn't, and then we get a break. But the water flows into the ocean, and I get reabsorbed into air. And it starts again. But this year, it kept going and going. Hurricane after hurricane, flood after flood. It hasn't stopped. It's winter, for sake. Do you know how many of frozen glaciers melted in the ocean this year? I felt like the Wizard of Oz. Like the witch. I was like, I'm melting. What I've realized is that I'm feeling ashamed. My heart is heavy. My spirit is weighed down, and I'm looking for a way out. But I can't make it any cooler. I wish I could turn back time. I feel so guilty.
Oh, water. Please don't. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's the humans. Don't take on burdens that aren't yours to bear. I know it's very hard to be angry at the humans. They're so cute and sweet so much of the time, and we don't want to get angry at them. So we turn our anger against ourselves and blame ourselves for stuff that isn't our fault. Then we get depressed. It's a vicious cycle. Humans cause this mess, not you. If you blame yourself, that lets them off the hook.
You're right. It's not my fault. But you can't stop me from feeling sad. I have to feel my emotions.
Yes, we do. It's good to hear what you're going through. I thought I was the only one. I don't feel as all alone anymore.
Water, thank you so much for sharing. Maybe it would be good if we did some more breathing. Let's do 3 more deep breaths. Ready? Breathe in and out. In, out. In, out. That was good.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
Lots of people think the earth doesn't move. It's solid and steady. Steady ol' Earth. Since I was formed, I've rotated around the sun once every 365 and a quarter days for millions of years. I turn on my axis exactly once every 24 hours. Whew, even as I'm warming, that's not going to change. My plates shift. There's earthquakes, volcanoes, whole ecosystems can be destroyed. And I'm still here, doing my thing. So my experience of global warming is a bit different, because I'll be here until that sun I rotate around burns itself out. What's different is how fast the change is happening. I've been through more warming times than you can count. But it's going so fast, I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around it. I'm affected by the suffering that's happening. I see people and animals displaced. I see who can protect themselves and who can't. And it's getting to me. I wonder what I can do to stop it. I've tried sending heat and rising sea levels to where people who have the power will experience it. I've hoped this would lead to change. And in some cases it has. But it hasn't been enough. So I'm getting angry. I'm feeling shame and depression. But mostly, I'm impatient. Me! I remember one night, all you guys had been busy creating that huge hurricane that destroyed the Caribbean. Again. And I thought, what if I just got rid of the humans? Yeah. What if I caused the biggest, the baddest earthquake, opening up all my plates and swallowing up as many humans as I could? Then maybe the earth would be free.
Dude, that's intense.
I know. When I came down from my anger, I don't want to give up on them. I look at all the humans, those beautiful, messed up little humans, and I remember that they come from me too, just like all of creation. I don't want to lose sight of all the humans who are doing their best, plugging away to make changes and pushing for bigger shifts that'll make a difference. I am very thankful. So I'm not going to destroy humanity. We really are in this together.
Thanks for sharing, Earth. Maybe it's time for us to take some time to breathe again and recenter. Let's do it all together. 3 times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. That's good.
My goodness, it's late. I'm getting tired.
Me too. I've gotten all quiet inside.
Oh, even the earth slumbers. The sun will come when it comes. The night, it's ended.
The fire is coming. Morning is here.
Let us greet her.
Spirit of the South, spirit of fire, of noontime and summer, be with us through the heat of the day and help us to be ever growing. Warm us with strength and energy for the work that awaits us. Spirit of the fire, carry me. Spirit of the fire, carry me home. Spirit of the fire, carry me home to myself. Spirit of the fire, carry me. Spirit of the fire, carry me home. Spirit of the fire, carry me home to myself. All right, Spirit of the fire, you can do it this time. Come on down.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. The light has returned. The fire is here. The sun has risen again.
Oh, we missed you so much.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
It's been too long, my friend.
Yes, I agree. It's so good to be here. I've had so much to do. Hanukkah and Advent candles, solstice bonfires, me and the Antarctic penguins, and the never-ending day. How was your night?
Oh, we reflected on our year. We spoke of things that gave us joy, and each of us expressed how the warming of Earth is affecting us. It's been a hard year.
Ain't that the truth? I suppose Air talked to you about the fires on the California coast and how powerful I became with her strengthening wind.
I did.
And water, you must have talked about how my growing heat is impacting the glaciers that moderate the temperature of the earth.
Yeah, I did.
And Earth, I know you've been itching to tap into my power and cause more than a few strategically placed earthquakes.
Oh, you know me well.
Like all of you, I am impatient. And I'm angry and I feel shame, especially when I see what's left of the places that are most vulnerable to my flames. I imagine that we're all experiencing moments of heartbreak and looking for hope. I've been thinking about this all night. You know, we need each other. Without water, I'm out of control. And without earth, I have no fuel. Without air, my flames would die. We cannot exist without each other. And this is true of humans as well. When they forget this, our whole world gets in trouble. I know there are many reasons to be frustrated with this intelligent, creative, ambitious species, but what I saw in my journeys in this waning year has moved me. Hanukkah reminds us that life survives amidst incredible hardship. We celebrate that survival by being generous with each other and generous with our children. If we can carry this spirit to meet the challenge of climate change, there's hope. In Christianity, Advent is a time to search our hearts while we wait for new life. We anchor into faith, hope, love, and joy in the midst of suffering. There are more and more humans searching their hearts and committing to sustainable living, and this gives me hope. Winter solstice is also a time of waiting, except that we don't wait for a human event like the birth of a child. We wait for the sun, which does not depend on humans at all. Solstice is not about doing anything to get the sun to return. Solstice is about what we do with our hearts and our spirits while we wait in the dark for the return of the light. It's about clearing the obstacles in our hearts and spirits so that when the sun comes, we'll be ready to embrace it. Each of us, earth, air, fire, water, we have the ability to restore this earth if we are freed from the obstacles in our way. It's the same with the human spirit. Free yourself from oppressive thoughts and oppressive action, and you will find your way to right living, with the 4 directions at your side, restoring the planet that we all love.
Thank you, Fire. You've all given us hope. Perhaps it is good for us, one last time, to center with 3 meditative breaths. Breathing in Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. 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 Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Earth, air, fire, and water, thank you for gracing us with your presence this morning. We release you and bid you farewell. May we all find peace in the promise of the solstice night, that each day forward is blessed with more light, that the cycle of nature, unbroken and true, brings faith to your soul and well-being to you. Rejoice in the darkness, in the silence find rest, and may the days that follow be abundantly blessed. Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again.